For athletes and sports in much of the world, 2020 was a year to forget. Here in New Zealand, we went into winter under a cloud of uncertainty. As the first snows fell, the prospect of hitting the slopes seemed slight indeed. But as winter deepened and the nation came back out into the light, skiers and snowboarders found themselves able to hit the slopes around Queenstown and Wanaka with relative freedom. For the competitive Kiwi skiers and snowboarders, this presented a vital opportunity to train hard through our Southern Hemisphere winter, and thanks to the New Zealand Freestyle series, they could even look forward to some crucial competition experience. This national series, run by Snow Sports New Zealand and presented by Burton and Volkel, is an important part of the coaching and talent development pathway, so ensuring that it went ahead had to be a priority for the team.
We all know there was a lot of unknown coming into this season, so when we were able to put the calendar out and say we're going ahead, there was a lot of positive reception to that. We've had to change things up a little bit due to the nature of this year. We started with a video competition that we had about 70 entries for, so really happy with that. And we've had 2 on-snow events, this being the second, and then we've got Remarkables to cap it off in a couple of weeks. So we're at Cardrona right now. Our athletes are going to be competing in big bucks. This is the first time that the Snow Sports New Zealand Freestyle Series is in big bucks. So it's a little bit, it could be limiting for some of the younger athletes, but I've seen some names step up this year. So I'm pretty excited to see how everyone goes. And also being a World Cup course, it's drawn the attention of the Nico, Zoe, Tiarns. So, as I said, we get a full spectrum today, we get a full look, and our 12-year-olds get to see how they stack up against Olympic medal winners. So, it's pretty exciting.
The Big Bucks line at Cardrona usually plays host to World Cups and other top-level international events. This is the first time the Freestyle series has used the venue, and it's a chance for the younger athletes to get some experience taking on the biggest jumps and rails. The chance to ride alongside Olympians Nico Porteous and Zoe Sadowski-Sinnott is obviously giving them an additional buzz too.
It's pretty cool being here with all the Brommies, just because I was in the same position like 4 years ago, and it'll be cool watching them with their runs and then see where they are in 4 years as well. I came today because I haven't competed in like 6 months, not since March, and I thought it'd be an awesome way to get back into it and compete against the rest of the Kiwis.
You get 2 runs. It's the normal criteria for judging: progression, amplitude, difficulty, variety, execution. The 4 overall winners get $250 each from Mons Royale. Okay?
The aim of the Snow Sports New Zealand Freestyle series is to encourage as many athletes as possible to participate. It's an opportunity for Snow Sports New Zealand to not only coach their future Olympians through competition runs, but it's also an important way to spot new talent and for new talent to put themselves on show.
This is the series that all the freestyle athletes, park pipe, big air, these guys come in, they compete through the whole season, and they stand on stage at the end of the year at the awards for the national titles. We've got a U14 division, so those are our young rippers, the up-and-comers, and we've got the open division. The open division are those a lot of the 15, 16, 17-year-olds who are trying to take that next big step onto the World Cup circuit. Today we've got a special event going on. Everyone's competing together, so it gives the young guys a good opportunity to see how they stack up against the older athletes, and we even have our top athletes competing today, so we get a really good look at New Zealand snow sports on an entire spectrum.
Voice.
For a lot of the younger and more inexperienced riders and skiers, the aim is to just try and land a run. Although there are plenty of falls and mistakes in the early runs, the depth of talent in both the under 14 and open categories is all too apparent. For the skiers and riders who have a bit of experience under their belts, this series is about shaking off the rust and putting a season's worth of training into practice. With the judges' scores tallied, podiums and points are awarded separately for the under 14 and open ski and snowboard events.
So it was my first year versing in the Open, and I was versing Zoe Snowski-Sinnott, who's Olympian, and yeah, that was pretty hard. Definitely look up to Zoe and like Tian, who was in the men's Open. Yep, pretty cool.
I got second, my first comp of the season. Pretty excited. Yeah, it was nice to be standing beside Zoe and stuff. All the girls killed it, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy, yeah. I mean, I was a bit bummed on the way I skied, but well, you have some of those days and it's the way it is. Any competition right now, I'll take it and try it. And so yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah, it was an awesome competition. It's a super good and progressive competition to have here at Cardrona, with all the different age groups coming through and being able to have kids that are like 11, 12 years old through to in their 20s and all different levels of skiing. It's awesome, and it just shows a great depth of talent in New Zealand.
In a season where so many things have had to be rethought and reinvented, the Snow Sports New Zealand Freestyle Series has not been immune and has had to innovate to deliver a competition circuit that is open to the whole country.
I mean, the goal is to give any New Zealand athlete the opportunity to go and compete in the series. So in the past, we've had events at Snow Planet, Turoa, Cardrona, Remarkables, and Mount Hutt. This year, we were unable to run an event in the North Island, which was a bummer. So what we did to fill that gap was we added in a video submission event that gives the athletes an opportunity to show us their best, which you don't always see in competition. So from snow sports perspective, we get to see athletes after they've put in, a week, 2 weeks, a month of straight work to put their best foot forward. This one, it gave athletes the opportunity to do those tricks that are at the pinnacle of the difficulty that they can attain. It made judging hard, but really cool to see tricks that you wouldn't see in a normal slopestyle because athletes could take the time to get it done right. So Sam Finnemore, the Open snowboard men's winner, he is an excellent rail rider. He was able to do some extremely difficult rail riding that really set him apart from everyone else. So Ku Wakashima's our Open snowboard women's winner. Couple good rail features, but seeing her progress through the jumps, the 7s, the 9s she's doing now, and looking forward to seeing her step past the freestyle series and into the next realm of snowboarding. So Gustav Legnowski was the Open free ski men's winner. It's his first year stepping up from U14 to Open. There's a good few of those athletes who made the jump this year. The edit that he put together, he used the Cannon feature, and that was up above the half pipe, and put some really difficult tricks off that Cannon feature with grabbing that I had no idea that he was, had in the bag. And then through the jumps, he had 9s with different axes, different grabs. So, I mean, it's been really cool to see some of those younger guys take the step and go from, the U14 boys to the Open men's category and take it his first year. It's cool to see. Ruby also, just the progression has been astounding. So she, coming off last year, we're talking 3s and 5s, and now we're talking 9s and 10s. I think they did a follow cam through Antlers Alley where she's doing spinning multiple directions, variety of grabbing. And again, she's about to bust onto the world stage, and we're looking forward to it. A lot of the athletes that we've seen who've done, mediocre or better at live events did really well in the video series. There was great uptake in it, and it's coming back for sure.
Long board.
The Snow Sports New Zealand Freestyle Series is an important part of the pathway from talented kid to Olympic medalist. But with athletes achieving their Olympic dreams at 15 and 16 years old, future success has to be built on a partnership between parents and coaches.
The main thing is seeing him enjoying himself, doing what he wants to do, and knowing that he's focused on what he's doing and he's quite happy doing it. He seems to be getting the good results, which, yeah, the reward comes from there, really.
They have just got this incredible passion for snowboarding, and yeah, they're just completely driven, and it's most certainly something that I do not drive myself at all. They want to go to, the Youth Olympics for Lucia, which is in 2024. Oscar wants to compete in the X Games and the Olympics after that. These are massive dreams, and these kids are going to have to do a lot of training to get there, and the competition is really big.
So I started riding when I was like 2 years old, which is really young. So I started riding then. From the start, Dad was coaching me the whole time, and I've been up on Cardrona all my life. He was always coaching me, and he always loved to coach me, but now it's a bit more like, yeah, this could really be a thing, and we love it like that, yeah.
I've been coaching for a long time, since I was 17, 18, I've been coaching, so my approach is to try and be as relaxed as you can and to go as hard as you can, because the end goal is really high. But I think at the moment it's individual, he's just trying to get himself to beat his friends, and then later on he'll be thinking more about representing New Zealand and going to the Olympics and representing the country.
The High Performance Centre at Cardrona has been central to free skiing development for over a decade, and a number of World Cup and Olympic medalists have come through the program, many of them coached by Pete Lignavsky.
We started here and it was baby steps. I was working for ski school, and we started on the weekend program with Josie Byron, with Amy and Lyndon Sheehan, with Sarah Gillespie, and it just kind of snowballed on that, and then suddenly it was a 3-day program, and suddenly 10 years later all the people on the national team actually came through our program. But I have to say that having my own kids put a completely different perspective on things.
So it started in the baby park when I was just learning like 5s and 3s and rails and stuff, the Calcium Kids Cup. And all I remember about is being excited to have a calcium, Pengy handing out the calciums for the competition. I don't remember much else. So I'm part of the National Development Crew, which is Finley Malvalives, Luke Harold, Liam Richards, Harper Souness. And I ski a lot with Luca Harrington. Oscar Drujali is in my class at school, so I hang out with him quite a bit. So I'm around a lot of the people that are skiing, and it's really nice to have them as friends, so it's not as competitive. So it really pushes you to get better and better.
The parents are the program directors. So the parents' decision is which program, which coach they're gonna use, how many days they dedicate to skiing. We provide opportunities, but that's all we do. We can't decide for the kids if they want it. If they don't want it, we provide just the opportunity, but if they grab that opportunity fully, getting up every day, looking after themselves, training hard, developing something, at the end, if they are not quite professional skiers, they would have gone through the experience. They worked towards something really hard, and they can take that experience and use it somewhere else. We give them the opportunity and the environment where they learn something that's more than just skiing.
The Snow Sports New Zealand Freestyle Series concluded at the Remarkables with one last throwdown. But with points up for grabs that could decide the national titles, a good field of athletes were happy to turn up and give it their all.
We've got Mons Royale sponsoring our spot prizes, so hang around after the podium. We'll get some spot prizes handed out. We've got Mokel and Burton coming on board this year as the overarching series sponsors, so huge shout out to both those companies for coming to the table and investing in the series as a whole.
Michaelis, you're going first. Who's second? Me? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not even.
Number 2 is Sophia. Snowboard.
Pretty rad today.
Such a belly hit, 6 brownies yesterday.
That was not me.
And then we went into the cafe, then he got a chocolate smoothie and he got 2 cheese rolls.
Donut, Chloe on the way home.
No, I'm burning it off today.
And in first place, Luke Harrell.
Luke, how was your day today? My day was pretty good. We came up here, we didn't think it was going to be very good weather, but it turned out to be pretty good weather, and yeah, it was a good day.
Thank you.
There you go.
And first place, Sam Finnemore.
There you go, mate.
So I have won the series the past 2 years in a row, and it's been a huge honour. I love women's skiing, I'm passionate about it, I want to show up for it. I love representing the women in this category, and I'd love to see more women come up through it. And I would say give it a go. We need more women, we need more girls, it's a fun sport, and I love it, so get into it.
For those of you who have competed in the series all year, thank you very much. Scores will go up quite soon, and if you're in that top spot, we'll be getting in touch to bring you to award night next week.
After 4 events, the New Zealand Snow Sports Freestyle Series winners were decided for the under 14 and open categories. Lucia Georgiali won the under-14 snowboard girls. Joshua Lee won the under-14 snowboard boys. Ko Wakashima won the open snowboard girls. And Sam Finnimore won the open snowboard boys. Misha Thomas won the under-14 free ski girls, with Luke Harold winning the under-14 boys title. Charlotte Muir took the title in the open free ski girls, and Gustav Legnevsky won the open free ski boys title. Congratulations to the 2020 national champions and everyone else who competed in the New Zealand Snow Sports Freestyle Series 2020.